Hello, welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to be predicting win totals for the NFL season. What I'm going to be doing is I'm looking at FanDuel's over underlines, and I'm just going to pick one of them and decide. Yeah, let's get into it. Cardinals are a tough one to start off with because they have a really good team but a really tough schedule. I'd go with the over here. I think the Cardinals are probably going to go over. I mean, they did really well last year, kind of sucked towards the end of the season, but Cardinals should get over 8.5, I think. Atlanta Falcons over under 4.5. Give me the under. It's a little harsh, but I mean, what are the Falcons really going to do with Marcus Mariota at quarterback? It might be a better idea to just start the rookie because you're not going to have Marcus Mariota long term. He's not that good. He's been sitting as the backup on the Las Vegas Raiders for like 2 years now until this point. I don't see it. Go with the under there. Over under 10.5 for the Ravens. That's also a tough one. I'll go with the under because I don't really see them getting 11 wins in a conference as tough as the freaking AFC. And they didn't even do that well last year. So, yeah, give me the under here on the Baltimore Ravens. Over under 11.5 for the Buffalo Bills. I will go with the over. I think they're currently the best team in the AFC. They've got, the best all-around squad. They should probably make the Super Bowl this year. Carolina Panthers. Over under 6.5. Under. They're rebuilding. They have freaking Baker Mayfield as their quarterback, and they couldn't even decide on him as the quarterback till just a few days ago, from what I remember. When he had that much competition from Sam Darnold, that's probably a problem. Give me the under on the Carolina Panthers. Over under 5.5 for the Bears. I don't know why they have a higher over under than the Falcons. Give me the under all day long. They are going to be the worst team in the NFL. Justin Fields looks like utter trash. Sorry, and okay, maybe it's not entirely his fault. Most of the fault is they don't really have many receivers. I mean, they lost Allen Robinson. The only receiver they really added recently was N'Keal Harry, and if you've watched the Patriots in the last 3 years, yeah, N'Keal Harry's not very good. So definitely the under. Bengals over under 9.5. Over. I mean, they made the Super Bowl last year, so let's go with over. Browns over under 8.5. Under because their starting quarterback's out for over half the season, so definitely want to go with the under there. Dallas Cowboys over under 10.5. I mean, you play the Giants and Commanders twice, so that's 4 wins right there. Just for that, I think I'll go with the over on the Cowboys. I usually want to be that high on the Cowboys, but considering the fact they have 4 ridiculously easily winnable games, without even thinking about teams outside their division, I think they have a pretty good shot at over 10.5, as long as they don't get completely injured. Broncos over under 9.5. Under, because I don't see why everyone thinks the Broncos are gonna go off this year. Sure, they have a pretty easy schedule in the opening, but with let's see, they play the Texans and Jaguars, so those are easy wins. Yeah, their schedule might be pretty easy compared to other teams, but they have a tougher end of the year. And what's the Broncos really do besides adding Russell Wilson? Not much. I don't think adding Russell Wilson instantly makes the Broncos one of the best teams in the NFL. I just don't see it. Yeah, I know it's probably a hot take. I might be completely wrong on this, but I don't really see the Broncos going over 9.5 this year. Over under 6.5 for the Lions. That's a tough one. I'll go with the under to be safe. I think they're getting 5, maybe 6 wins, but I really don't know about 7 in a league like this. Packers over under 10.5. I don't know. I'm gonna go with the under. That's a bit shocking, I know. Actually, their receiver, the talent at receiver is gone. They lost Devontae Adams. That was their best receiver. I mean, what else do they really have? Do they still have Randall Cobb? I'll actually check right now. They do still have Randall Cobb. Okay, so maybe they're not the worst team at wide receiver, but seriously, losing one of the best receivers in the league, that's gonna be tough. Texans over under 4.5. I'll go with the over actually. I think they can get like 5 or 6 wins to their team. They're still pretty bad, but like I don't think they're like under 4.5 levels of bad. The Colts are at an over under of 9.5. Take the over there. The Colts, I think, are the best team in that division right now. Titans, they traded AJ Brown. I mean, what the heck are you thinking? They should have kept AJ Brown. I don't know what the heck they were thinking with that trade. They just made the Eagles like infinitely better by doing that. Yeah, go with the over. Jags are at an over under of 6.5. Under. They still are pretty bad. They're almost like last year levels of bad. I don't really know what Trey Lance is going to be like. This isn't entirely because of Trey Lance. I just don't think they have enough talent to get over 6.5 wins right now. I'm thinking like anywhere between 3 to 5. Kansas City Chiefs, 10.5. I'm going to go with under because I think they're going to get 10. Not 10.5, 10. I mean, every team in their division has enough talent to potentially beat them. Except maybe the Broncos, but because like I'm not really that high on the Broncos. But I think the Chiefs should make the playoffs, but like they have a tough schedule. I'm gonna go with like 10, maybe 9 wins for them. The Raiders are at an over under of 8.5. That's actually a really tough one. I think they get like 9, 10 wins, so we'll go with the over. This could very easily be an under though. Chargers, over under 10. I'm going to go with the over there. I mean, they are just stacked this year. Unless they suffer like a bunch of injuries, I see the Chargers going pretty far this year. So you take the over on the Chargers. Los Angeles Rams, over under 10.5. Well, they won the Super Bowl last year, so I'll go with the over there. Dolphins, over under 8.5. Oh god. Under. That's probably a little bit shocking. I know I'm a Pats fan, so maybe I'm a little biased, but like, I'm just saying this solely because I don't think Tua Tagovailoa is that good of a quarterback. We've seen him play. He's not really that good. Tyreek Hill is going to have trouble catching receptions from a quarterback as bad as Tua. I guarantee Tua is not going to be very good. He's probably going to get replaced by the end of this year. Or at least they're going to try to find one. Vikings are over under 9.5. Go with the over there. They're just going to be way better this year. I think they're going to win the AFC North because the Packers lost a lot of stuff, a lot of players. Yeah. Let's go with the Vikings at over 9.5. Patriots, over under 8.5. Oh, we have a tough schedule. I think they get 9 wins, so because of that, I'm going to go with the over. But, could very easily be the under considering just how tough their schedule is. They did add Devontae Parker, but like they also lost like freaking J.C. Jackson. That was our best player besides Devin McCourty. Yeah, I'll go with the over because I think they're getting like exactly over 8.5. Saints are over under 8.5. Oh, that's actually a really tough one. Go with the under. I mean, I have to look at their schedule, actually. This is the first time I'm doing this, because I really do not know what their schedule is looking like. You got the Falcons and Panthers. Those are easy wins. Probably going to lose to them. They could probably... Alright, let's just count wins. Okay, 1, 2. I'll go with the Bucs, because I beat them a lot. 3, 4, 5. I'm just looking for the easy wins right now. 6. I mean, nah, I don't really. 6. There we go. 7. I'll give them a win against the Raiders. And yeah, you know what? I think they can get 9 wins. Sure. Let's give them the over. I thought I was going to get the under, but their schedule's actually kind of easy. So let's give them the over. Maybe like exactly 9, maybe 10 games. Giants over under 7.5 under because I really don't see how they're getting that many wins. That is a really high over under. They're probably getting like 3 or 4 wins this year. Daniel Jones probably last year for them. Jets over under 5.5. I'm gonna go with the under here. They're still pretty bad. I don't want to bet over on the frickin' New York Jets. Give me the under. Eagles over under 9.5. Over. I think they're going to get 10. They're actually a really good team this year, and Jalen Hurts is Probably one of the most underrated quarterbacks in the NFL. He's pretty good. Give me the over. Steelers are over under 7.5 at the moment. Give me the under because they're just not very good. I am kind of shocked they actually made the playoffs last year. They have a really tough division. You gotta play the Ravens twice. You gotta play the Bengals twice. You have to play the Bengals, Ravens, Browns twice. Although I don't really know. When do they play? This actually really matters. When do the Steelers play the Browns? Because if they play them early on in the year, that's like a really good chance to get wins. Okay, week 3 is their first meeting. But then the last... Okay, so they got one win over the Browns probably. So yeah, go with the under. Over under 9.5 for the 49ers. I'm going to play it safe and go for the over because they made the NFC Championship last year. Could have won that game if it weren't for the dropped interception.
Stafford airs it out. Jefferson downfield. He's picked. No, dropped. Bruh. Unbelievable. A drop by Jaquiski Tart.
Yeah, I don't really know how good Trey Lance is going to be, but he has such a good team around him that he'll probably succeed anyway. Seahawks are currently in over-under at 5.5. They only really lost Russell Wilson, but that's a really big loss because now they have either Geno Smith or Drew Lock throwing the football for them, which is... Both of those are not very good options. And I heard them talking about having 2 quarterbacks, like both of them playing a lot. That's not a good sign. Give me the under, which is actually the less popular choice. Over under 11.5 for the Bucks. Give me the over. I think they're gonna win the Super Bowl this year probably, because this is Brady's last season, so he's probably gonna go all out. And they've won, and Brady has won the Super Bowl every other year for nearly a decade, over half a decade. And it's that other year this year. So give me the over on the Bucks. Titans over under 9.5. Under. They lost AJ Brown. That's a giant loss. They still have Derrick Henry, but he got injured last year. He could very easily get injured again this year. So if they lose Derrick Henry, their entire offense basically collapses. So yeah, give me the under. Commanders are over under 8.5 right now. Under. That is way too high of a over-under total for them. Carson Wentz is our quarterback. He's probably one of the worst quarterbacks in the league. So yeah, give me the under. And yeah, that is it. Those are all the over-unders. I will return to this video after the Super Bowl, and I'll go over my predictions, and we'll see if either I was way off, I was way on. Maybe I was off because of injuries, like with the Ravens last year. A lot of people expected more out of them, and then they started injuring every single player on their team. So yeah, well, I hope I didn't do too bad in this video, but we'll see. Yeah, the NFL season starting soon. I'm actually I'm recording this on August 25th for the record, and I'm going to have this released on the day of the first NFL game of the season, which should be like on a Thursday probably. Yeah. Alright, well, thanks for watching the video, and we'll see how bad or how good I do this year. Yeah.
I know a lot of you might be aware, I'm a Bears fan. I'm going to try to be as impartial as possible.
Not much later.
We're not going to beat the Buffalo Bills in a potential Super Bowl matchup, but wins against the Lions and the Vikings to close this out. Listen, best case scenario, the defense is pretty good, Fields develops, and this team makes a run into the playoffs like the Eagles did last year.
You serious?